Hey there, welcome to the list to my channel. Welcome to your weekly love guidance. I'm gonna do this a little bit different. If you saw the general reading for this week, I'm gonna do it like that. So I'm gonna flip all the cards over at the same time, and I may do a sort of a group, sort of collective reading from what comes up. Um, I may not, probably will, maybe. This is card one, card two, card three, card four, card five, card six. Okay, so you can listen to all of it, or you can just sort of pick out your own card. So this is card one, coming to life and protection. Card two, encouragement and protection. Card three, wizard of awareness, rightfully so. Card foe is the ghostlands. Card five is home and protection, and card six is house, cleaning house in protection as well. So if you pick card one, coming to life, things in your love life this week, your guidance is to move slowly. To move slowly and to remember that speed doesn't always mean right. Speed doesn't always mean yes. Speed isn't always our friend. Sometimes a slow burn is what makes sense. So when it comes to your love life this week, your love choices, your love movement, moving slow is going to be your friend, and not forcing or pushing or cajoling or conniving with things. Move slowly. Get in touch with yourself if you really want to make the moves that you're making. Try not to, enter into manipulative energy of trying to force something to grow, or to put so much pressure on something to grow or be what you want it to be as soon as it can, even though you can personally see the potential of it. If you pick card two, encouragement and protection, it's about don't become too discouraged if you've made some mistakes or missteps. There's always an apology. There's always you putting your best foot forward and stepping up and saying, "Hey, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I I did something that I shouldn't have done, or I said something that I shouldn't have done." But if you are in this place, first forgive yourself and be encouraged that it's not the end of the world. Everything will be better. You can always start again. You can always choose other options. You can always choose different paths. And remember to rely on your higher power. We don't always get what we want, but we do sometimes get what we need. And sometimes missteps or misdirections can be leading us to what is actually ours to have. So be encouraged this week if you do have, if you feel like you've made some sort of mistake in the recent past. Be encouraged. It's not the end of the world, and things are going to be okay for the most part. Okay. If you've picked Wizard of Awareness, number three, wear the world like a loose garment around you. Take a step back. Take a seat. Even don't act on impulse. Don't act on high emotion. Don't act on low emotion. Don't act, period, unless you are in a settled state and can think clearly. This is more about watching, waiting, looking, seeing, observing. This isn't about you making a choice. This isn't about you making an action based off of a pick a card that you heard, or an impulse that you have. Even with our intuitive thoughts, sometimes it could be ego, it could be our old trauma, it could be the truth, but how do you want to address it? Take a second to watch and wait and see. Take a breath. That's what I'm seeing here with this Wizard of Awareness, telling you, hold on a second, just wait. Something might come up, or just wait until your system has calmed down to a place that you can make the wisest decision and you don't end up like number two. Ghostlands. Ghostlands is about being present, right? Ghostlands is about being where you are, not where you've been and not where you're going, but being where you're at and appreciating where you're at. Being what you need to be for where you are. So if you're in a love relationship and you're single, you want a lover, you don't start treating every person that you go on dates with as though they're your boo immediately. That's not where that relationship is. If you are in a situationship and your partner wants more, or you want more and your partner doesn't, You don't give them the benefits of more. You don't put on them your desires of wanting more. If they don't want more and you want more, where are you at? You are thinking in the future and are feeling dissatisfied. What can you do to make your present happier? Be in the present of where the relationship is and make your choices from that point. Don't do more than you can handle, or don't do more in the expectance of wanting more. Enjoy where you're at with this present thing. Don't try to rush time, or don't dwell too much in the past. At least check your traumas, right? If you're in a relationship, the place that you're at is the place that you're at. We all might get to where we're going in the future, but for this week, there's something about just being in the present, just being where you're at. The future hasn't happened yet, the past has already happened. And just sort of finding, knowing that things change, but I'm feeling with this that it's not going to be by your hands this week. Things are going to change. Trust that things will, this is, yeah, what I'm getting with this really is trust for everybody. Trust that things will change according to the season that it needs to be in. It's not going to be by your hand, it's not going to be by your force, but I feel like things will change, things will move according to the season. This is like a miracle. I feel like your situation will shift because of not you pushing it, not you making it shift, okay? With home and protection, this is about inauthenticity. This is about you maybe even finding a new home or being more comfortable in your own skin, but first getting uncomfortable. So you might have to say, if number 5, if you picked home, you might have to say some things that are out of your ordinary. You might have to do some things that aren't in your wheelhouse. You might have to act out of pocket. And by that, I don't mean like wild out. Maybe you do, I don't know. But this to me feels like you might have to do things that you don't normally do. So if you're usually a mouse in the relationship and always saying yes, always picking up the calls, always, maybe this week you don't do that. Or maybe this week you do initiate contact. Maybe this week you do act in a way that hasn't been how you've been normally acting. Try to find a new comfort, try to find a new home, and try to be home in your authentic self, because I don't think it's a new home. I think it's a home that you've shoved under a rug. Speaking up in the ways that you want to speak up, or not speaking up, just pushing the thing away. Acting in a way that is deeper in your authenticity is what I'm getting from this home in reverse. And maybe even going out, for some of you, going out of your home, spending time outside of your home, spending time outside of this relationship or situation or your love life, spending time out of thinking that, right? Finding new things to add to yourself to make yourself feel more comfortable in your present moment and happier. And that's going to attract more love into your life. For those of you that picked number 6, cleaning house and protection, don't clean other people's mess. Your mess is your mess and their mess is their mess. So when it comes to other people coming to you, it might be affecting your love life. Maybe you're listening to someone's love life and it's affecting your views on love. That's something that we don't really talk about, do we? For you, number 6, this is about you not trying to clean other people, not trying to attract broken people if you're single. You know, saying no to that kind of energy of people who need to be fixed, and you wanting to be the fixer because it's how you want to be needed in romantic relationships. They need me to make them feel better. They need me to, how about them being there for you rather than you having to be needed to be there for them, to fix them, to be what they need, right? Cleaning house is also about holding on to things that remind you of the past. Maybe you have some stuff from your ex in your place that you don't really need anymore, that you might want to let go of. That could be something that for some of you need to move away from. Being needed, going back to that point, isn't going to get you what you really need. And it might be difficult, but for some of you, you may have to speak out about your needs and what you want in a relationship if you are seeing someone. At least to yourself, you know, reaffirming to yourself what you want. If you decide to continue to be with someone who isn't meeting your needs, that's a choice you're making in the now. Don't push it, don't put it on them to be what you need if you've taken the decision to stay where you're at with them, given the situation that you're in. And sometimes it's a non-choice, but do remember that there is still power for you in making that choice. Um, yeah, letting go is going to be helpful for you this week so that the universe can bring you something better. And this could be letting go of a vibe that you have. This could be letting go of a mistake that you made, a misstep that you made, something that you thought was right. Or maybe it was right at the moment, but you're looking back and thinking, ugh, let it go. Forgive yourself. Move on from that. You know, you're slowly growing. You're still evolving. You're still a human being. You're not perfect. You are not perfect, and you're not meant to be perfect in terms of human perfect. You're perfect in the divine's eyes. So you might have to clean house about your own perceptions of yourself, and that has nothing to do with this person that you're dealing with or your romantic life. It's everything to do with you on the inside, right? Everything to do with you on the inside, and you feeling like you're worth nothing, and making choices from that place. So clean that up, clean that past stuff up, and check yourself before you wreck yourself. You'll feel amazing after you let go of that sort of emotional baggage. Make space too, because once you clean that up, almost as if by magic, things move, things shift. This is getting into greater energies territory. So number 6, I'm gonna leave you there and talk to the collective here. So if you did watch till the end and you're, involved here, coming to life, things moving slowly, encouragement. Maybe there was a misstep somewhere in the past. Wizard of awareness. Okay, just wait and see how things are moving. Ghostlands. Be present to where things are. You don't have to do anything this week. You don't have to make things happen. With home, this is about your deeper authenticity and where you're being inauthentic to your own desires and needs. You may have to meet them if the situation is not meeting them. If they are meeting them, then that's great. Don't feel afraid to ask for what you want. Don't feel afraid to ask for what you want from yourself. This isn't always about other people. A lot of times, the people that we're dealing with are a projection of ourselves, a projection of part of what we